about 118, 119,000. So we bumped that up to 120. That's a contractual amount.
I'm okay with solid waste.
Any other comments regarding solid waste? All right. We'll move next to highway relinquishment. This would only get spent if we awarded community crossings. Well, caveat that. It'll only be spent in 2019 if we get community crossings. It would help act as our match for the grant. Right now we anticipate somewhere around $1.5 million. The maximum that the state will fund is $1 million. So we still need, based on engineers' estimates, another $500,000. We have $489,489 left in that at the end of 2017. We haven't spent from that this year, I believe. So we would budget all of it. If we did get awarded community crossings and the amount came back less, we would spend less. If it came back more, I've also budgeted out of low and special distribution the remainder of that line item, or the remainder of that fund.
So what we're gambling on is, those roads will be fixed well enough that we won't need these highway relinquishment funds.
I think they're in good enough shape. I think that we have to continue to make sure that we keep them in the asset plan, because they're always going to require maintenance. But Main Street is in pretty decent condition. There'll be issues down the road, the concrete that we need to work out. But with that being said, Salmon Miller is the worst street in town, and it's only getting more expensive day by day. And it hasn't been fixed because to do it right is expensive. So to leverage money that we have, I think is really smart business to try to get the second worst road down to Main Street completed and to get that finished. And then in the future, we just continue to budget money. Those roads on the asset plan, so if they're being addressed, whether it's crack seal, micro seal, whatever the treatment needs to be at that particular time in its lifespan.
But we will be spending all of the highway relinquishment, so we would have to just budget something in that. Is that what you're saying? From
The plan would be that once we get Sam Milroy done, we may need a reconstruction on Market Street in the future, but generally we're only going to have roadway maintenance, and we intend to continue applying for community crossings, which I believe is funded out at least until 2030 or maybe beyond that, so that we could leverage our 25% match against the state's 75% match. With $160,000 budgeted and resurfacing over the last few years, that I'm not going to say it's more than enough to cover if we had to do East Main Street again in the future, but for maintenance items, it should be.
I know that was kind of a concern when the highway relinquishment money came in, that we needed to make sure that we kept that for.
And it stayed there for that, but that afforded us the ability with community crossings to only use a portion of that money and still be able to get the work accomplished, so that left us funds in the relinquishment fund still.
But you could look at that another way too. You could leave your money in that, so that that money stays there as the fund was created. So that you always have that money in reserve to maintain that, but then you can also do an additional with that $3 million extra surplus that you've got. You've got $1 million CD surplus too. So you created a fund for that.
Correct, and where we get, how we get there is, that's your guys' business.
And the fund was also created prior to community crossings being a thing. I know that we could still keep that back.
Yeah, I just was concerned, that's all. I know that's why it was created, the special fund.
It was created.
601 and
Yeah,
half a dozen.
it was created for Main Street Road.
I'm okay with all that.
Any other discussion on highway relinquishment mode special distribution? No. There's one line item within the general department I'd like to discuss while Superintendent Lyons is here. That's flood control. Were there any other funds that you didn't touch on?
No, thanks.
So that's line item 101001391,
Page on.
15.
What's the number again?
15,
No, I mean the line item.
1391.
91,
Okay.
flood control.
So we kept that line item the same as what we had in 17 and 18.
What do you use that for, Aaron?
That's anything flood related, that's now the new pump station. If something was to go wrong with that, whether it be a pump, there's 3 pumps in there. The flood gates, which we shouldn't have, that's all we do now, but, you know, it's basically any flood control, whether it's down the bottoms, it's on the actual levee. That helps with those items, anything that we need.
Is that an adequate amount, or?
Yeah, I think we've left it that way now for,
What do you spend out of that?
I don't have that. I mean, this year we've got the fence out of it,
That's nice.
so we put the security fence up around it to keep people out of it. One year, I think we spent $10,000, $11,000. The Army Corps of Engineers requires, in fact, we're coming close to do, let me look into it actually, but every 5 years we have to have that televised. So that basically televise all that and to get it pumped down. And it's $10,000 to $11,000 to have it done.
Is there something out of flood control there?
That was concrete, epoxy patch, to be able to fix the headlights.
Seems like flood control should be in street or something other than general. But that's beside the point. It just seems like you go back to general, the slush fund.
I'd be fine with moving it.
You spent $9,800 last year out of that 25,000.
And halfway through this year, he'd spent about 7,100, 7,200. I think last year, some of the hesitation on spending any money was to make sure that everything was working with the pump station, to see how much cost we were going to incur with that.
Seems like a lot, no more than you're spending.
Well, the pump costs you if it goes up.
I haven't priced one yet. They're big, they're a lot bigger than this.
Well, it's,
Yeah, I honestly
it's not like
haven't,
one we got down in the,
haven't had the experience yet.
it would be a good number to know of
Well,
what happens if one goes
Yeah.
at some time.
Not only your pumps, but doesn't that also include your floodgates?
You know, the
That's all the
gates,
floodgates.
That's all together different, or?
No, that's all, so
That's
that's
all
everything.
hooked together, right?
That's everything on the levee. That would even include something down on Water Street.
Uh-huh.
If that floodgate or that sluice gate down there was to fail. In fact, one year I think we even used some of that. They built that down there, if I
Yeah.
recall. Some of
Sure
that
did.
was.
Down there was a problem.
Yeah.
So did that unspent balance, did that encumber to this year? Or
Oh, no, that got put back in general.
Go, but, okay,
Yeah, it'll go back in general.
then I have no problem with that.
All right. Superintendent Lyons, anything further?
Unless anybody's got any more questions for me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
your evening. Enjoy your pizza.
You're welcome to stay and eat with us.
Oh, no, I already had to talk.
We're off the schedule.
I wasn't ready if I didn't eat.
Go ahead and recess for dinner.
All right. That's pleasant thinking.
We didn't do that LOIT